I thought I'd start on this particular page. We have a bit of work to do, it appears. Yeah, we've got this still to do. So this is which one is that? Which one is that? I think it will be... No, it's the new one. Now, the only bad thing is, the only way I've got to recognise this is by this, and I think I put that in the other one as well. I did. I dropped it into the other one, so I thought, oh, so now I've got absolutely no way. I need to stick a proper label on it. So if I've got the two different models, I know which one's which. Because I have no idea which one. It should say new... It says only Fen, doesn't it? It doesn't say the actual new vegetable harvester. Yeah, I don't know which one's which now. Yeah, the other thing I could do is change the colour or something on some of the metal inside, not on the actual Amity. Well, it's not the Amity really now. There's no way you could still call this the Amity after all I've done to it. It's nothing like it. Well, it is vaguely, but it's certainly not really. You couldn't call it the Amity. So this could actually damage crop. Now then, so this is peas, is it not? The peas is another one that is really Saigon. One's peas and one's green beans. I've never done green beans. It's true. Now which one? Wow, there is a way you can do it. All we need to do. Now I have been busy. I have on the. Just go and see. Yeah, it's because I use this such a lot of all the mods I've sort of used. That I've used the cannery with the soup cannery with soup factory add-on the most. Now these may well still remain to be the old things. This should now. Yeah, you can see it's called beetroot broth, parsnip broth, carrot broth, triple broth, and pig food. Now this obviously is going to be the old stuff, but I think if I throw that in. No, it won't. These will be. There is a remain. The bad thing is we may well have lost. Oh, we have. Yeah, the consequences of my actions. Yeah, we knew we'd got a shed load of this. It looks like thieves have broken into the warehouse and stolen everything. We'll run with it. We will. It's pounds. At least you realise at the beginning of the session that it was pounds before we literally went. Right. Okay. Yeah, it's a consequence because obviously what I've done is I've changed these from this an object to broth, which is another object. So really, it's legit that the game thinks that I've actually destroyed all of those other things because they no longer exist in this model. Because you can't have both. Well, you could, but then I'm completely there's no point in me doing this. So I've changed these to 5-ton pallets, and I realise on every single Let's Play, oh no, Rizu Forest. I didn't realise the consequences of losing all of these are so close to the end, and we had so much in there. It is one of those things. It really is. It's unfortunately one of those things. It's the price of modding, but it is true. People can run in and steal your stuff. So we'll run with it. I'm a bit gutted, but I am also happy that I've actually done it. Going forwards, it's going to be a massive sort of thing. So which are you? The lizard vegetable harvester. Now that's the wrong one then. So we want the one that's the new vegetable harvester, is the only one that will work with this. Yeah, I've got this new house, and you can hear me left clicking, and it's supposed to be super duper. And I've got to be honest, it's driving me crazy. I don't know whether it's Windows that's damaged. I've got a fantastic gaming mouse I must have had for about 8 years, and it's solid as a rock, and I really would like another one like it because it's just such a thing of dreams. It sculpts to your hand, and I thought, I looked at the price of gaming mouses, and they're like 80 quid for something similar. I thought, oh, I'm not paying 80 quid for that. Let's do green beans. I've never done green beans. Now, I may have a horrible white thing, and I was gonna pop in and out. It's been I was battling with mods all last night. Oh no, this is the one we've actually. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, obviously you can't see the thing coming up on the effect. But I've got to be honest. I think we'd all sooner see that than the horrible white that we're seeing. So, Are we gonna like lease another one of these? They're big really for like this, aren't they? I think we will. It's just too much. Huh? Oh, okay. That's unusual. If I change the work area, because it's not. Yeah, normally their workers should be fine with this. Let's just try it again. Field not ready for this work or already work. Well, we can see that it's actually ready. So it appears that it's just me. And if that is the case, really, there's only me can do this. But not just that. Also, obviously, so it looks like it's going to be a bit of a time lapse and it's going to be a bit of a slog. So I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. I'm coming up the time-lapse a little early, yeah, because I was just going to sort of point out that all I need to do, I realise, is it shows you the right vegetables. It doesn't care about what it is. It's just the one at the top, which is like, I think it's like belt dirt crop clean or something Giants have called it. It doesn't show the new vegetables on that. So I think all I need to do is swap the fill type or the effect for that, the belt release at the top, because that shows the graphics of all of the different vegetables, and then everything should be absolutely fine, which is fantastic, because that's what I really want. Also, I've got to have the fill plane. It's annoying me, it really is. It is a fill plane, but the shape's wrong. But I think you'll always see that. I don't know, if I get it right, the fill plane, it's a strange shape with, and obviously you can see it is a weird shape. I think if I do a square, you might actually, the only bad thing is with having the belt going up, you might see it underneath the belt. So that's, yeah, I don't know if I can do two fill planes in the same place or whether the game will allow that. I doubt it, if I'm honest. Right, you're going to do it again? No, you're going to do it this time. So the other thing I've also got to do, I realise, again, it's the modder in me, is you like sort of think, well, you're going to have to change that. It's true. I've got to, I mean, Giants' rule of thumb really for all crops is that no matter how good or bad it is, that basically all crops are worth the same. Now, I don't know if they still have that premise. In other words, if you had soybeans, the crop might be like, it's scarce, as in like you don't get a lot of it, but it's worth the same basically no matter what happens. That was Giants' premise always. Right, let's just grab you, because you've really finished at the end of this. Thank you very much. So it looks like courseplay. I don't understand why the normal worker can't actually do this. So yeah, green beans are worse than peas, because I think this, if anything, is bigger than that. So green beans really ought to be compensated the most of anything. Peas are already very well. I've not really ever looked at green beans. Let's have a bit of a concentrate on actual prices, because to be honest, green beans are how much versus peas? Oh, about half the price. So you get half as much, and it's worth half the price. Well, we're luxury desserts, so we're going to equalise it. Yeah, we're going to make, because that's, you sort of, I did sort of think this about spinach. I leased the spinach harvester on Frontier, and I thought, how could I make this work even at 2? Because I've got to lease this harvester twice, and it's expensive. How could I possibly make this crop in the game actually worthwhile? And I thought, well, I don't think you can. I think Giants have sort of, again, it's one of those things. As soon as I came in, I was scratching my head and thinking, I couldn't make this. If you've got a lease equipment, which you frequently have, I can't make it pay. And you like think, well, if the cost of me leasing is worth more than the crop is actually worth, then Giants have got it wrong. It's one of those things that, right, let's take this one back. This is the right one to take back, is it not? No, it's not. This is actually ours. Yeah, this is the one with the least one. Yeah, it is. I'm not sort of trying to be nasty either to Giants. What I'm trying to say is, it's sort of, it is true. It's a fact of life. If you leased a harvester and it cost you more than the crop was actually worth, then you really want to be getting out of farming. It's that bad. Oh my life. Ooh. Now that's me had an effect that I shouldn't have done. It's working though. It is working. Oh my life. This is what you get when you're working with effects. There's a bit of like hit and miss as you're trying to compensate for, like, I think it's called picking, that one. Obviously on the normal harvester it's an effect that would be, and again, this is me, I'm trying to tweak things, and I want this to be as realistic as possible, but really it's not that easy. There's a lot of things I'm having to bring in, and I'm not 100% sure. I'm trying to go on the proper, obviously the pea harvester and all the rest of it. I've put the fill types in, and obviously it wouldn't allow it into the box or the storage of this if it wasn't actually put in, so you wouldn't see anything because it wouldn't actually grab it. So that's all definitely right, because if it isn't, you can't harvest. So yeah, that's all good. It's just the effects, that dirt crop clean, I think is what that one normally is, and it sort of throws up dust. But it also not only does that, it also shows the vegetables on all of the normal ones. It just doesn't like the new vegetables, so I need to like somehow bring that in so that it does. It's a beautiful bit of kit. This is what you could actually make it to make the new harvest work with this if you leased it. I mean, it's 9 odd grand, so you definitely could, but even that, I would imagine it's quite a lot, really. Yeah, 9,000. So if we're looking at those crop prices, that means we've just done 17 odd thousand, which is, if it was 1,000, it would be 17,000, but it's not. It's more like 12,000. So I've got to be honest, all things considered, no, let's be sensible. Let's actually grab that. Yeah, all things considered, you'd actually break even. Even leasing my harvester, you would only just make 3,000 euros, pounds, or dollars profit. So you can see that the price of green beans makes no sense based upon its price. There would be no point, and no farmer would ever go into green beans if it was that poor. And if you leased a harvester, mine's a fourth, a quarter of the price of the actual harvesters in the game. So that means it's going to cost you. I worked this out on Frontier. I brought it in as a. I thought, well, you've still got to bring these in. I know it's too expensive, but I thought, well, just say that you've spoken to all of the chappies and they basically let you have it. But Mr. Sealy Peace pulled that on a few times. That they've let you have the harvester, try it out, and you know, like, so I did, and I was working out the cost, as you do. The human brain is rather remarkable for like sort of working things out, and I was thinking, this would not. You could not make this work. You really couldn't. And I thought, it's true, you couldn't. It's I'm not sure if I'm in the. Oh, Matana's brought a very nice thing out as well. A nice repair point. Repair, yes. I'm going to repair you as well, even though you're not costing us a lot. So yeah, all things considered, I've got to be honest, I'm going to have to adjust the price of my green bean almondine and my pea. I mean, peas are, I've got to be honest, I was impressed with peas more than anything. Well, I did that on Hutan Pantai because I realised the peas are actually quite formidable. This is on hard economy, so that's good. And obviously, not just that, if you actually look at the canned peas, now that is quite good. We made an awful lot of profit on that, obviously with our special cannery. So I mean, the green bean almondine, let's have a look. Green bean almondine 5869. Bearing in mind it's a cake, and cakes are expensive anyway. What I mean is, this is what I said about the cereal factory, because it made no sense with what Giants had done. This is very long. I think this would have to go in the. I think it is deeper, but I think you could go through the middle door a little if I do it this way. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having a go at this, really. Oh, that's a bunker. A bunker. What's that? I think that means that thing at the back. We should have to have a look at this, because I'm quite intrigued, even if it means us doing a little bit of a straw with this. I'm quite intrigued to. Can you actually? I don't think you can use it as a normal baler. It really is stationary. You have to bring the stuff to it, don't you, really? Oh, my life. It's supposed to do that. Yeah, it's true. Where did he... So, has it got like a pickup there? Do you... It looks like you put it on there. And then it tips it in there. Wraps it and throws it out here, I think. But what... Oh, is this the hopper? Maybe here. Well, again, these are all sort of questions that you like. We could answer sort of, and I suppose actually different things might go in different places. It really is a thing of beauty. This is a real special bit of kit, isn't it? Really, it is. Now I am impressed with this, because I've got to be honest. This is not like a weekend wonder. This is a long-term project. So, is this? Convert from Giants, that I mean, as in like, yeah, is the one like already in Giants, and like the lizard, the Riley S and Chris S have actually just converted, and I don't mean just converted because there's a lot of work goes into it, but I mean it's not like making this from scratch. This would be quite a lot of work involved in actually making this, unless you were like the Giants team and you've got like special equipment at your sort of fingertips. So yeah, it is a bit of a shame, and it is. I'm a bit gutted about that. We've sort of been hit twice in a way. Did I? I can't remember if I did the fields, because obviously it's precision farming is switched on, which was a bit of a mistake. I can't remember if we did it on this one. Some I have and some I haven't actually done it yet. No, we have. Wow, fun. Yeah, no, I remember running around the fields now. I do actually. Yeah, I did this properly. On a few I bought the data because like some of them were massive. On JM Gaming's Oak City, the fields are huge. It would have taken me forever, and I thought, oh, you do it, you're a millionaire. Just buy the data for once. So I did. So this one we did run around doing it. Ooh, 82. Wow. Why is that one super duper and this one's... Oh, no, this is 82 too. I don't think that one finishes until you've done it, because obviously we've done half of the crop. Perhaps it doesn't actually, like, show you if until the process is finished with the spinach, because you've got to do it twice. So that's quite impressive. So yeah, that on this one we shouldn't be affected badly for our crop. We should get bonuses and all sorts, which is the good part of precision farming. So I'm quite impressed with those. A little bit more work is in order, definitely. Still haven't got around to doing the... I have been busy with other things. I've been having a go at my mower set. I had a bit of a go, reblended them because I realised I need to split them into... left arm, right arm and middle, so that the arms can lift. So I'm not sure whether that will have worked or not. So we've got spinach to do. Let's just check the animals. I think I did them, but I can't remember whether I said, oh, I think they're all right. I think I might have said that. Oh no, I didn't actually did them. Buffalo milk, we even did the buffalo milk. Fantastic. So I think what we'll do is we're going to go through till tomorrow. Is this it? No, I think, yeah, they're like, needs ploughing. So let's set the plough going. And also let's use this one who's been sitting on the sidelines because his wheels are too big. I think we put the plough inside our new beautiful build. I've had a bit of a go at the English one on this because obviously the fact is the American one is the one where I've added bricks to it, but because it's got boarding on this original model, we need to move this a little, or I'll not get in. Yeah, because it's got boarding, obviously the actual boards, it sort of shines through a little bit. You can see the board still, even though you've got bricks, so it's got like an effect of a boarding with bricks on it. So I've like done something about that in certain places on the building, like the main bits like this. I've made it, obviously this is supposed to be boarding, so this is right. But yeah, what I mean is it's I thought I'd stuck it in here. No, what happened to the other end? I could have sworn I put it in here. I did forgotten I'd come from that end. But, yeah, I think the dimensions on this are quite nice. I would like to look how to add straw storage to it. Don't do that very often, but I think it would lend itself to it, and also would help it. Ooh, that was a little bit, cutting that a little bit close. It would also make me an effort to be tidy. Yeah, I think the pallet and bale storage, I might see on how you do that and actually add that to that. Although, yeah, that is a point. I'm not sure whether it'd actually allow me to do that. Let's go with the normal work and let's grab that empty. Yeah, I didn't realise, obviously, when I first started this, that where do we stick this? Let's just move that out though, because I think that's going to get clocked, and we'll come back for this in a minute and put everything away. Yeah, we still need. There's a lot of sheds. It was one I was really impressed with. By one modder, it was. Just let me save the game while we're, because there we go. I've got autosave still on this one. Right, okay. I've switched it off on most now. I've gone and lost my tack now. What I was going to say, what I was talking about. It'll come to me. Right, yeah, well, that's it. Sheds, beautiful sheds. I can't remember. Well, it shows the modder's name because it's really quite impressive. 15 odd thousand. It's not the price. It was the modelling. Now this is a thing of beauty. So what of that? It's a Polish set, but I was very impressed with the modder's work. It's shone. There's a lot of don't get me wrong, a lot of work goes into all these sheds, but like this one here, yeah, it's the detailing on it is absolutely exquisite. It really is. I mean, I don't know that I'll ever use it, but I just had to put it in just to have a look at it. It really is impressive. And it's not terrible. I mean, for 15,000, there's quite a lot going on there. There's I think the back doors open as well, but there's got side doors, front doors, and all the rest of it. I think it comes in more than one thing, so I think it also is like storage as well. So I think it might be in multiple places. I think it had 3 functions. There we go. Barn for straw and hay, 150,000 litre. Barn for grain, 50,000 litre. So a very, again, just for that alone, I really do like it. It's an impressive bit of kit. And I'm really impressed with how the modder has really got some detail. It stood out to me on all of the mods that were in there. I thought, I'm going to have a look at that. It's beautiful. Right, so we do need to like shift out the road, because we also could set a stone picker. No, I think we'll do one field at a time, and we'll set the stone picker after. Yeah, we'll stick this. No, we don't want to be blocking the... We could sort of with these. Oh no, we're going to block that then. Yeah, that's the trouble with trailers, isn't it? You really need it. The Black Sheep modding one is one of the best for that. That isn't in FS25 yet. Or that shed over there, that's very similar. That's why I fell in love with that one. I thought that is very similar to Black Sheep moddings. Very similar. Let's go grab that thing that we dropped in the field. Yeah, so for some reason, the type of harvester that this is classed as now, and that is weird because the workers actually, the work area on this, I haven't changed it at all. So what I mean is, like, we've seen this the other day, this, the other one that's like this, it did it, and normal workers are quite happy on churning around the fields. The only difference is now the new crop type, and it's like the workers are scared because of that new crop type, and they just won't use it. And I'm like, well, hang on a minute, it's the same one. But it obviously isn't the same one to the workers. They don't know what it is, which is strange, really, because as long as your work area is declared right, which it is, then really it should know that it's too wide for that. Yeah, I don't know that this needs a special shed. I might have to design a shed myself. It probably won't be anything special, but that's big enough to cope with this. Well, no, I suppose no, they do. You could get 2 of these, or maybe 4 of those, into those beautiful green sheds. We might have one built over here, I think. For now, we will just drop it like that. We will go and grab that other one. Let's be tidy for once and please everybody. Have I? Yeah, I think I've got a leased header, haven't I? That's across the road. I was looking at it and I was thinking, I didn't think we'd got a header that big. I don't think we did. I think, oh, did we? We got any leased equipment? If we have, then I know I'm right. No. So that really is our header over there. We've got 2 headers. Okay. Well, I didn't realise we did. Why did I... Oh, one probably is bigger than the other. Or maybe one for a second harvester when we in time. Yeah, look at that. Now it's got white on the top of it and at the bottom. So this is the normal vegetable harvester. That shouldn't be like that. Yeah, so there's something I've done wrong on this one then. Yeah, because you shouldn't see that at all. It's like the fact that it's showing you like that is sort of showing that the effect is wrong, because you shouldn't see that. It should be transparent, so there's something not quite right. Obviously sometimes that's the other thing. You try to tweak things for the better, and sometimes you can make things worse, which is then showing you that you've not quite got it right. So again, please bear with me on the modding side of things, because it is true, this is the price you get. And obviously it's sort of, in a way, I'm not really sure whether you should test, or whether, like, I'm doing alright and you'll all put up with it a little bit. I'm not sure, but obviously because there is a bit of a price to pay for live modding as another content creator called it, because we're obviously modding and using the mods, which means that there's going to be sometimes things that aren't quite right. So we could really do it. The other thing is, with a second plough, although we have I do realise, looking at in the past, in a bit of time, I mean, that field's nearly done now, it's not too bad a thing. So I think we're going to go through till tomorrow. Just check the sales as well. Not that we've got any cash. Oh. No, we did see that, didn't we? I'm quite impressed, actually, with that. 183 horsepower. No, I think we're all right for now. We will. It's a very good price, though. I will say that, for that kind of calibre of horses. Could we do with that? The Deutz can have thin tyres. What I'm thinking is, we've got ours is 250 horsepower. Yeah, no, that's in the wrong range. No, it is true. Let's go through till tomorrow morning. I think the spinach is probably ready. We'll do the animal feeding and that. Yeah, this is or I'm leaving it. But I just thought it'd be nice to get through till the next day. Did we switch the green bean almondine on and things like that? I'm not sure that we did. Let's have a look now. Is this ready to... Ooh. Weeds. It's still growing. And it has got weeds small. So you could weed it with a weeder, couldn't you? Have we got a weeder? I don't think we have. We've got a sprayer. So I think what we'll do is we will grab one of them and we'll set that going now, I think, while that's doing that. And then next session it'll have got started a bit, won't it, really? We haven't got... No. Sorry, I'm thinking of the Xylon. I've got the Xylon and the GT on quite a few Let's Plays, but I really haven't got it on this one, typically. Got plenty of Fence and plenty of Deutzers, but no... Yeah, you've not had a bash this session. Let's set you going and we'll grab this at the same time. Yeah, this is what I'm saying about me abandoning ship and just leaving things. That's the price for what I call dynamic content, where you like... Yeah, because you tend to leave things just sort of where you were last session because you want, like, literally to press on. It's sort of the price you pay for that kind of style. But this has it's going to need like narrows, isn't it? But do we want everything to have narrows? Well, yeah, I'm just thinking. I'm not sure the double narrows could actually be coped with the sprayer. Let's have a go, because it's weird, obviously, in the game. It really, double narrows have got narrows too, but the game doesn't really understand that. So what I mean is, if you buy narrows, double narrows, the game doesn't understand that, like, you should have single narrows too. You can't just take the outer set off, which of course in real life you could. You've got to buy them again. But that is the thing for a gaming convention, isn't it? Really, it is. I don't think I'm going to be able to get in to actually get these on with this like this. I don't. Yeah, I have. It's strange. The Sridaport, I actually did an edit on this and I can't find it. Oh, we might be able to do it actually. Yeah, it's actually below the arms. You forget about that sometimes. Yeah, I did an edit on the Sridaport to give it like little additional tanks. For the life of me, can't find out where I put it. Yeah, I've edited an entire set, and I thought, well, this is also the FarmCon set. Really, the Sridaport one was done for that, so why don't you do that too? Which I have, but I can't find where I put it. So I need to have another scour. Yeah, so I'm a bit gutted about that, but I do realise, and it is going to be bad for some of the Let's Plays. But again, that sometimes, as Sen, is the price you actually get for like doing these things, because there are hidden consequences that you don't, and also you don't realise. If I'd have thought for 1 minute that I would have destroyed all of my crop, I wouldn't have done it. But obviously I have, and the thieves have like come and they've robbed me on a few Let's Plays, which it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it, but it is obviously, I'm a bit gutted. But going forwards, it's going to be better on the Let's Plays because all of my pallets are 5,000 litres, which is going to be an awful lot better for for loading and unloading. If I'm going to insist on manual, and I'd like to stick to manual, then why are you not? It's weird sometimes. I press the B button and like it doesn't always respond. So, right, there we go. I think that is not a bad place. Let's go and leave myself down here, ready to do. And we may as well grab the milk as well here. Really, 3,000 litres. Just trying to remind myself. Yeah, we bought a full 100, didn't we? That's right. I remember now. It's coming back. It's coming back. So the eggs, I think we're being. The eggs are cheating. I seriously don't think we've at any point possibly got the amount of eggs that it's saying. And there's not really much we can do about that. One of these is a bit weird as well. The Tiny Farm Silo, or the other one, is doing strange things. I noticed this. The other thing I'd like to do as well, the Bionic, I'd like to do the milk, the butter, so that I've got special butter. Because again, the butter, it's like those. I think I'd like 5,000 litre ones, but now I know that it works like this. I think what I'm going to do is stop the Bionics for a couple of sessions and then make the change, and then obviously these they won't look the same. They've got to be unique. I'm going to use my box pallets, but I'm going to put a picture of obviously the butter on it for the butter pallets. I think just the butter. It's only really the butter that's so, with the water buffalo, that's so really multiplies so really brilliantly. Everything else, I think, and also I was thinking about the mozzarella. Do you want it to take? I thought it's going to take forever to pop one mozzarella if you do that as 5,000 litres. And I thought, no, we'll leave that alone. It's a rare thing. 1,000 litres will pop every now and again, but I can do. No, I can, oh, that is a point. Can I do? Yeah, I can, because I can tell it how big the. I could do 2,000 litre ones, I suppose. It pops often enough that you'd get probably a couple of those a year, which I don't think is too far off really, because it's a special cheese. So yeah, I think we'll do that. So right, I would imagine you're not far off finishing the we could actually set, oh, you're more than not far off. You have finished. Fantastic. So I think we'll set this on this one. And that's what I'm saying. So really what we ought to be doing now then is grabbing the stone picker and picking the stones with our beautiful 9-metre. See, we are running short on tractors, really. Have we actually looked at the sales this morning as well? That's a point. We are missing a trick. One of my favourite things, really. I think actually this one is better suited. I love this 303 horsepower. It's a real beaut. It really is. Right, so let's set this going. I think I'm going to course play it. I've got to be honest, I'm not impressed with the standard workers with stone picking. They're terrible. So I'm going to course play, because the course play is, we could really do with a bit of fuel, and also one of these needs repairing. And I would imagine that is probably the stone picker. So fuel. And let's repair before we crack on. Yes, we're very lucky, obviously, getting this. I mean, we've got this beautiful, and our little 3 of those as well. Very, very. I mean, obviously, I would like this. I am trying to make one of these. I have actually done the arms. I just now need to put them in again. I don't know why I'm doing it to myself. I'm a bit. I think it's because I'm excited. If I'm honest, I do. Yeah, you know, like you're into a new thing and you're trying to do everything all at once, or else you can't do that really. And I've got to realise that and give myself a bit of a break and stop trying to do everything all at once. And just yeah, the other thing is obviously it then means you've got lots of things that are unfinished. You know, I've got lots of projects on the go that I've half done the telehandler way, I've half done this, and you think, will you finish them off? So we need to, and I'm not sure whether I've done this field right. Yeah, I suppose what we ought to do is see which one this field is by grabbing the right field. Why am I clicking outside the game? Yeah, we need to click like that and then choose. Yeah, so it's 46 and 46A. So if we load that, That's the one we've actually just done. No, that one there. And then we'll look where it's actually showing me. So according to that, that's 46. Right, okay, so let's... No, my bad, that's not what I meant to do. I think we might have this the wrong way around, but there's not a lot on it, so we can change it. What I ought to do is 46 west and 46 east. I prefer the cardinals to this, yeah, A and B, because you don't know what, it doesn't mean anything, does it really? So 46, we want to make the course for this one. Field position, yeah, and we want to go to settings 3 and generate. And we need to save that on what we think is 46. Save course, 9.4 meters. I think it's 9.4. And we want to go. Fantastic, excellent. And I think that is where we're going to leave it. Yeah, so we're really down to 70-odd thousand. Oh, that's still there. That's not... we could do a little bit of buying and selling to recoup some losses, couldn't we, really? Let's do it. I like my thinking. And then literally I'm going to scarper. It is a shame about that. No, it is in the wrong range, really. We could sell it, though. In fact, we could start with that, I suppose. We're going to need a little bit more cash as well. We want that one, not that one. Finances, yeah, 100-odd grand. About 170, I think. Let's grab 171. You will do nicely. Yep. And let's go and sell that straight away. I think we'll sell the Deutz as well. It makes profit. That's the one thing we're heavily in need of, because do you know where you sell one of these? It could have been. I was saying this the other day. Sometimes with having so many Let's Plays, I have sold one of these recently, but I think it was on Louisiana. I did this one, but I might be wrong. Oh, we unblocked my object. Let's just give it a minute as well, because they do sometimes unblock themselves. It does vary. But then other times like that, they actually don't. Ah. Do you know, it's, yeah, this one. At least Causeway doesn't actually go back to the same place. It does actually just do what you tell it to do, I think. I mean, it does still use the worker kind of things, so it is a little bit like that. Now then, we want to be going down the shop. Okay, we will. Right, let's have a look. And we want to be buying... Oh, my television's doing that thing where it's... so let's grab that. Must have said a word that it thinks is... yeah, so it's quite annoying, actually. It's a smart TV. I want to switch the functionality off, because obviously it does affect... Can affect this, because it can suddenly go on to that, and you get like those... You know, like try saying blah 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 type things that come up. Sam has completed their task. I wouldn't have thought anybody's completed their task at present, so what is that about? We shall have a look. While quickly we'll have a look at this, and then we're going to have a look and see why Sam is... we don't want the warrior. We just want it to be what it is. And it's a shame if it was a bit more powerful. If it was a 250 horsepower version, I would do it, because it can have narrows. It's quite an impressive bit of kit, this is. There are a lot of that range that don't have like narrow tyre options, I've got to be honest. Obviously there's a lot of equipment in that sort of range, 250 to 300 horsepower, but you'd need a fairly pokey tractor, so it needs to have narrows for certain crop types. So yeah, the Deutz know this. Whereas the seemingly Fendt frequently don't, which is a bit of a... still quite a bit. Now then, let's repay our debts because, yeah, we're not quite doing as well as you think after all that, but we are definitely doing better than we, yeah, not bad. I mean, we're like half that, so we've made 60 odd grand really from that dish, that, you know, ducking and diving, so quite impressed with that. Yeah, it does look very similar to the cultivator. I can see why I made that mistake of thinking it was. And who has finished? Oh, they're spraying. Oh, wow. Wow, you've not. I suppose you. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, I don't think you can't spray them. They don't like. Yeah, I mean, not that it makes any difference, I suppose. Yeah, the weeds don't disappear on this kind of... Oh, no, they don't. No, they like... This is sort of like a totally inert zone where you get these damage circles that does not... Oh, okay. I was going to say... that... No, it is a damaged bit still. Yeah, no, it is true. It is. Definitely. So they're incapable of having any kind of interaction. Even that is, yeah, it's damaged too. So we've even sprayed the field. I'm impressed. Right, so let's grab you, Lou. And we will do this little bit for you, but I don't know if you... well, I think we'll finish the field, to be honest, because you nearly took it all. And we could set... I think we'll course play the stone pickers on this one, and we'll grab 2, because I've not done any like double work yet with a double course like that. Would be quite nice to see. So I think we're going to finish this. I think that's going to be a fairly decent session, to be honest. Yeah, we've done. Right, to turn around to do 2 fields. Did I show clearly how well we did on that? There's a point, actually. I don't know that I did. We'll have to have a quick look. Yeah, I did sort of, but it's true. I didn't gloss over. We did. I mean, I've got to be honest. For how big the fields are, the yield on the peas. I always know the yield was not too good on the peas, but at least peas had the price quite good. Whereas green beans are very poor. So I can't see why any farmer in his right mind, based upon the price structure of green beans, would ever go into green beans. I would like go to making luxury desserts personally, because then you might actually make ends meet. But yeah, if you're just going to do green beans for green beans' sake for crop, then the equipment that's in the game is well too expensive for you. Really, it is. I mean, as I've seen myself, the leasing costs. Well, I mean, to buy them, and they're little tiny 3-meter things. I mean, they are. I mean, obviously they're based upon real life things, so they are what they are. I don't know if Oxbow is the only one, or whether because the Giants are under license, they are. Obviously, they've got to pick that, otherwise they've got to pay someone else for the license for like doing other manufacturers. So whether there is a bigger type of harvester with a bigger type of than 3 meters, then yeah, that's why I thought I'm just going to adapt the amateur straight away. I thought that is going to really. Well, I didn't sort of. I wasn't really thinking that far ahead with it. I just recognised the fact that I looked at it. I thought that could be one of the best harvesters in the game if handled correctly, and it's still not like terrible. As in, like it's good, but it's not. You think 6.4 meters is huge? It's not that much bigger than the 4. So it's yeah, it doesn't make that much of a difference. Do we set the 2? Stone thing is going now, but it's course play, so I think yeah, not worried. Can we stick this in a little bit of the bay? Like that bit there. Just goes underneath that. Because really nothing else could go there, but that's about perfect for the and what I mean is, I don't think there's any other tool you could ever do that with, so that's not bad. I think we'll set the stone pickers next session. I will. So yeah, no, we did say we'd actually focus upon having a look at how much crop we did. So we put it in the production silo. Which one? Yeah, that's true. I need to rename them. I think eggs. Whoa, two lots of 112,000, or is it the same one? Look, that's hot. I think that's what it's doing. I think it's seeing it in lots of different versions. And there's only 20 tons in that one, so that is definitely different. Right, so then we're looking for the one that has got green beans and that type of thing in it. So not that one. So it's got to be this one. Carrots, eggs, green beans. 19,470,000 litres. We ought to be sticking those on go. Green beans we want to activate, and we want to... Yeah. It is an amazing thing. I've got to be honest. I'm quite impressed with the Lewis scripting. It's something I just had a go at last night and totally failed. Not totally failed. No, it wasn't a total failure. I did learn quite a lot, but I just thought, I think you've wasted an entire, like an evening on. We got to do the peas to distribute. Then we need to activate the peas as well. Otherwise, they'll do nothing. Well, although we do know that that's not true. Right, so activate peas, activated that. So that should now go into make the green bean almondine in the luxury desserts if we switch it on, which we need to do the right one with the honey, that one. And we need to do the pea and mint sorbet as well. Fantastic. So there you go. Have we done the spinach? Is the spinach run out already? Is it in there? So the spinach that we did last time can't have been told to actually shift. So let's have a look. It went in here, so it's got to be an S for spinach. We must have missed that one as we were doing it. Yeah, we haven't activated it, and we want to change the output mode. So the one thing it doesn't do, and I'm not, this is a huge mod what has been done here. Spinach, select, distributing. Fantastic. Yeah, it's obviously, it doesn't go, if you click on it, it doesn't go to the same icon within the thing. I've got to be honest, I'd imagine that it's difficult to do all that has been done. I've seen the Lewis scripting. It is quite amazing what the modders are doing with this scripting engine. I look and wonder and see, wow, that's quite amazing. But yeah, I will get to grips with it. I'm not sure if I can do the zone mark on it. It's really easy. It should just, but it's like knowing what Giants have called it to switch it on. Obviously it looks, because in essence I think the very first time I tried it, called it the same name as obviously FS25, and it didn't switch them on at any point, and it understands. Let me show you, because the script is in the game. If I go to controls, it does work to this extent. If I go to the very bottom, there is a show high trigger marker. And that is the one that I've done. I've got two key, but it doesn't ever do anything. But the fact that it's in the game means it's actually registered with the game. And so if you press it and nothing happens, it means that, well, actually, the thing that you've got and you're calling that, it's not the right thing in the game. So Giants have changed the name. So I've now got to try and find out what it's actually called. And then it should work. Yeah, we were getting everything work. We were telling it to print messages to see that it was actually doing the game. And at no point did it register it. But then again, if the name's wrong, it won't register it, because it's trying to register something that's the wrong name, and it won't get 10 allowance. Yeah, so all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.